Welcome to my look at the character stats on Dndbeyond from the new D&D movie. The 6 characters here are started out as in monster stat blocks or NPC stat blocks rather than playable characters that you can go through the levels of. On D&D Beyond it even explains how they can do things that a player wouldn't be able to do. Extra poison damage with a crossbow. The bard hits with his guitar as a weapon. Some great art as well, I must say. And there's a little explanation text box about who they are and where they're from. So Tiefling Doric, abandoned as a child, she's taken in by wood elves in Neverwinter Wood. She's joined the Emerald Enclave, one of the main factions. And when the Lord of Neverwinter targeted her woodland, she started a resistance. So, scrolling down. Druid, we knew as much. AC 14 for leather armour. Now, hit dice, 16 hit dice. It gives an indication that she's level 16, but because it's a monster stat block, that's not necessarily how it works, but 104 average hit points. All I'm really going to focus on is the abilities, the attacks. So, looking at her actions, multi-attack, she makes 2 shaped claw or sling attacks, and she can replace one of those attacks with a spell. So her shaped claw is a +7, average of 8 slashing damage, so she can do 2 of those, or she can use her sling for a +6 and get again 8 bludgeoning. At will, she can talk to animals, she can cast beast sense, and twice a day she can do any of these: cure wounds, entangle, fairy fire, thunderwave. I'd like to see Fairy Fire in the movie, I must say, or Thunderwave, I guess. So a bonus action, 5 times a day she can change shape into an owl bear, which of course caused a little bit of a rumpus in the community. She can remain in that form for 2 hours, and she can choose whether her equipment falls to the ground or melds into her new form inextricably. So when Doric is transformed, her stat block is replaced by whatever form. So she has 104 health, 14 armour class. As an owl bear, she has less of an armour class and less hit points, but I think she can do more damage. That's the key thing there. Now reactions, I wonder if this is in the film. Fiery Rebuke. When she takes damage, she magically engulfs that creature in flames. It's basically 16 fire damage on average. Nice little touch. On to our lead, Chris Pine, Edgin. He's a musician, tale teller, high on charisma, perfectly cast. A member of the Harpers, one of the other factions. He thieves to support his family. He has a strong moral compass. He's a Robin Hood kind of character, if you know what I mean by that. He's got some magic to his words, which we will find in a moment. AC 14 for his leather armour, 110 hit points, around level 17, if that's of any significance. Okay, Edgin makes 2 reinforced loot attacks, or a simple short sword. So his loot is a +5 and does average of 6, plus 11 thunder damage. Now that is cool, hitting someone with a guitar. Or just using a regular short sword, but it also does 11 thunder damage. Okay, disorientating words. He can talk up to 3 creatures he can see within 60 feet. They make a save and take 10 psychic damage and have disadvantage on their next roll. Useful in a fight surrounded by people. Spellcasting. At will, friends, and cast message 3 times a day. Charm person, disguise self, and once a day suggestion. Yeah, these are all very sneaky spells to get society to fall to your will. Inspiring words 3 times a day. People within 60 feet of him. When a creature Edgin can see within 60 feet of him fail an ability check, an attack roll, or saving throw, Edgin can grant the creature magical encouragement. Typical bard. The creature can roll a d8 and add the number to that failed total. Okay, Hugh Grant. Forge Fitzwilliam, con artist. Well cast. Manipulates with lies and flattery. Broken promises and false identities along the Sword Coast. So decades of heists. Yes, that sounds good. Approximately level 20. Just says medium humanoid. But then I see it's got dash, disengage and hide, so 2 daggers, I mean roguish, correct? 2 dagger attacks, 2 crossbow attacks, 2 heavy crossbow attacks. Gets poison damage on his dagger attacks and poison damage on his crossbow attacks. Bonus actions, as we said, you can dash, disengage, hide. Is a wily one. Uncanny dodge, half damage. So yeah, gets himself out of trouble quite well. Holger Kilgar, member of the Uthgard Elk tribe. Lets her punches speak for her. She wields anything from weapons to snacks. She was exiled from her clan and now she's met up with Edgin, etc. AC 15, she barbarian from the looks of her. 16 as a level, thereabouts. At the start of her turn, reckless, she gains advantage. So yeah, she's obviously some sort of barbarian. She carries a dark steel great axe, +7, 10 average damage. Improvised weapon, +7. And oh, she's got a wrestle as a bonus action. So yeah, you don't want to mess with her. Simon Omer, where's the art? There we go. Sorcerer. AC 12 or 15 with mage armour. About level 18. Fey ancestry. Elvish then. It says medium humanoid, but can speak Elvish as well. Maybe raised by elves? Simon carries a bag of holding and 2 sending stones. That is useful. Wild magic. Must roll on the wild magic surge table. Simon makes 3 quarterstaff attacks or chaos bolt attacks. The quarterstaff +2, measly. Hits with a 2 bludgeoning or more if used with 2 hands. Range spell of a chaos bolt. +6, does 14 damage of a random type. So kind of an unpredictable attack. Spell casting. Roll a d6. Wild magic table. Now at will, mage hand, minor illusion, prestidigitation, speak with dead. I think the speak with dead is in the film, isn't it? Bigby's hand. Now I would like to see that imagined. And possibly magic missile. I like to see anything, really. Sheltering shield. Yep, 10-foot radius magical shield as a reaction. Nice. Sophina, a cool red wizard of Thair. Necromancy and death. Magic robe, 17 with mage armour on the AC, about its level 19 perhaps. She wears a magic robe that grants her extra AC and a bit of a saving throw buff. She makes 3 necrotic strikes +10s, 32 average damage each. And I noticed this, swarm of meteors, literally has meteor swarm. Spell save 18, another Bigby's hand. Evar's black tentacles and finger of death was something I'd like to see. Summon Wraith, that'll work nicely. So yeah, I think she's going to be my favourite character. Zenk, also raised in Thair, but he's a paladin who obviously isn't going to mix well, I imagine, with the Red Wizard, but Zenk ages more slowly than a normal human. His longevity has something to do with Zastam's nightmarish rise to power. Zastam being the head of the Red Wizards. He wants to thwart evil. 15 for AC, 21. I mean, I know this isn't really working, but he's a strong boy. Yeah, bit of a higher proficiency. Really, if he was that high, he'd obviously proficiency of +6, so it's not really working, but you see what I'm doing, looking at the hit die. An aura of protection, which is also always useful. Another multi-attack character, 3 dagger sword attacks, and uses dagger sword flourish. So choose the attack that corresponds to the dragon sword's current form. Okay. Zenk magically detaches the long sword's blade from its hilt, launching the blade at a creature for 14 piercing damage and is not prone. The blade magically reattaches to the hilt. That is cool. Zenk lashes out with short sword and dagger, 7 piercing damage and disadvantage. Cleansing touch, touches a creature and you gain the benefits of lesser restoration. As a bonus action, changes the shape, changes the form of his dagger sword. a long sword or short sword and a dagger in the other. Yes, I like it. Hopefully the film is good and uses these well, and I am excited for the film. I can't help it. I just like D&D stuff. Now maybe you have that reason for not getting involved, but come on, it looks fun. So maybe you could use these characters in a one-shot, even though they're monster stat blocks. You could just run something. You could do whatever you want with them. It's D&D after all. But yes, I hope you enjoyed that. I won't keep you any longer, and I'll see you in the next video.